film a ring video. So if you happen to have a Pilates ring, great, good for you, you can use it. At the studio we have these mini rings as well, which is really nice for those with shorter legs or arms. And some of the bridging work with it between your knees, it's really nice to have. If you are one of the folks at home who does not own a Pilates ring, which I assume is a good chunk of you, we're gonna substitute. This is just a strap. You can use a belt, a dog leash. You'll have to tie it or affix it into a circle in some way. And I've got it about 16 inches. I think the diameter of the ring is like 14 on the inside, 16 on the outside. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, I made it this big because of if you have wider shoulders and or bigger boobs, you'll want it a little wider, otherwise it gets kind of stuck there. So I don't think it's really, it has to be 16 inches apart necessarily. And then we're just gonna use a roll of paper towels, which I think is about 12 inches long, for whenever we press together with the ring. If you don't have paper towels, I know some of my environmentally conscious clients don't have paper towels at their house. So basically anything that's about 12 inches long, just that you're just gonna hold basically between your hands. A shoebox is probably too short, but you could try it depending on how wide your shoulder girdle is. So that's what we're gonna mess around with today. So grab, or if you have a stretching strap that works quite nicely, but there's a chance that some of you don't have some of that either. So I'm gonna have you grab your paper towel roll or whatever you're using for a paper towel roll and go ahead and stand on your mat. You can reach that paper towel roll overhead, glide those shoulders up towards your ears, and go ahead and roll down one vertebrae at a time, gently pressing into the paper towel or whatever's between your hands on that exhale tip. Feet it down towards your nose to roll it right back up. Reach those arms overhead. On that exhale, soften through that sternum. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Nicely done. While you're down there, swap out, grab your belt, and you're gonna press out into the belt to roll her right back up. Give me a reach overhead. Pressing out into the belt, go ahead and roll down from here. And then roll it right back up. We'll do one more. Okay. Go ahead and kick your paper towel roll towards the top edge of the mat. I'm going to have you roll down one more time for me. And then walk her out into a down dog. Just give a little stretch to those hammies. Bend those knees to come into a hands and knees position. And from here, go ahead and round that spine towards the ceiling. And bring that spine back down towards the floor. So go ahead and give me about 3 or 4 of those. If I'm moving at a pace faster than you like, you can take a few less reps and go a little slower. Okay, from here, we are gonna take your paper towel roll and you're gonna set it off to the side. So I've got my hand gently pressing into the paper towel roll. I'm gonna bring my knees a little bit closer together. I have my right hand on the paper towel roll. Send the left leg back or the opposite leg back with the toes tapping down. See if you can figure out where your body's at in space, because this is a slightly different experience than when your hand is on the mat. So from here, go ahead and just give me a couple leg kicks from there. Attempting not to shift that weight. Good, go ahead and slide that leg under. Now take the same side leg, reach it back, and your body's gonna really wanna shift left but I would love for you to stay somewhat centered. And then go ahead. So we're same side, arm and leg. I'm shaking a bit here, and hopefully don't crush this paper towel roll with that hand. Good, slide that knee back under, sit back on those heels if that's comfortable for you, and you're gonna switch sides with your paper towel roll. So now the paper towel roll's under my left hand. I'm gonna send that right leg back, wiggle around a little bit, readjust the paper towel roll if your arm was longer than you thought. And then just go ahead and give me a couple of leg floats here. Slide that right knee back under. Now we're going to go same side. So left hand on the paper towel roll. Oh, that was good on this side. So go ahead. See if you can still keep your pelvis centered. Not centered over the knee that's down, but centered as if you had two knees down. And then go ahead and give me some leg floats from there. And slide that knee back under. You're going to kick your legs out in front of you. Put your feet about shoulder width apart, ankles flexed, paper towel in between those hands. On that exhale, peel yourself off that imaginary wall. And then exhale to stacker right back up. So you don't have to kill the paper towel roll. It's just a nice connection in between those hands that hopefully gives you some feedback as to what's going on in that rib cage and spine. On this next one, we'll go ahead and hold it. So find about 90% of your range of motion in the back of your neck. On that exhale, see if you can go a little bit further. Check in with those shoulder blades, see if you can go a little bit further. And then while you're there, find your belt, stack her back up. So put your hands on the inside of the belt, and you are gonna press out into the belt, and we'll do a couple more. On that exhale. So ideally the press out is going to give you some feedback or some awareness of the outside and in between those shoulder blades, like more the back side of your body. And when the paper towel rolls between your hands, that gives you a little bit different connection to the front side, at least of the shoulder girdle, possibly into